What's up? Welcome back to another video, learning content with Jalil. Today, I'm going to be breaking down why you are your target audience. Sorry, a little spit came out there. I do a lot of research, and I see a lot of content creators talk about what to do and how to do it. But I don't hear a lot of content creators talking about why you should do it. And that's why I kind of just wanted to be that middleman and break down the why behind certain topics. Because once you understand the principles, once you understand why you're doing something, I think content creation just becomes a lot more simple, and the angst, the temptation to want to go viral or rely specifically on numbers kind of starts to go away. And you see it as a journey that is something fun that you do, is something that you enjoy, rather than being a task or feel like it's a side job. So I want to break down why you are your target audience and what that means. So you are your target audience because one thing that no one can argue with when you're making your videos is your life experiences. There's been times in your life where you've done things, you've made mistakes, and then you've had to work yourself out of those mistakes. You've had to figure out the solutions to your own problems. Or you might, honestly, that's just really where everything lies. You might have started gaming 10 years ago, and there's a lot of stuff about gaming that you had to figure out. So over the past 10 years, you've figured out the cheapest way to buy games. You figured out the easiest way to transition from one gaming niche to the next gaming niche. You figured out ways to be good at 2K, Call of Duty, etc., etc. You might know the easiest way to hop into different group chats on Xbox or PlayStation and be able to conversate with people and make friends online while you're gaming, right? You may have figured out ways to figure out all these things. You may have been running for 10 years, right? And you're not new to it. You're intermediate. You're either intermediate or an expert. Really, you really don't even have to be an expert. All you have to do is be one step ahead of a beginner, right? And you figured out things along the way. What's the best running shoes? What's the best socks? What's the best ways to hydrate before you run? While you're running, what should I be consuming to continue to have the necessary amounts of energy to make it 5 miles? What split should I have? What's my pace? How fast should I be running? How slow should I be running? How do I eat? Along, etc., etc. I could go down the list of different things to say or different examples, right? And I want you to take the things in your life that you're good at and apply the concept. Because there's things that you've done, there's a person that you are, there's experiences that you have, that there's someone who is either already interested in it or they don't even know that they're interested in it yet, but they see one of your videos where you're talking to a beginner about your experience, about the thing that you did. And through you speaking about it, your experiences, people catch on to it and want to do the same thing too. And when they see that you're experienced with it, they know who they want to go to get ideas or ask questions or get some advice about how to do that thing. I know this makes sense. I was going to say I hope this makes sense, but I do hope it makes sense. This is kind of like my first time explaining this to anybody else outside of my wife or some of my friends. And I know I'll get better at explaining it and breaking this down, but I think I just want to just include these little details because when you start posting your content, sometimes it starts getting you start stressing about, you start getting a little angst about what you should post next, or what not, or running out of ideas, or et cetera, et cetera. But when you are, and I want to just say you are the focus, when you are specifically aiming to speak to the person that you used to be, there's a certain emotion that you have about it. There's a certain feeling that you have about that thing, because you know every single pain point that that person has, because you were once that person, right? You were once the person that had no idea how to run. You were once the person that never posted a single piece of content on social media. You were once the person that had trouble finding a good pair of sunglasses, a good haircut. What's the best haircut? What's the best truck to buy? There's so many different examples. There's so many different things that people need advice on. And you could be the middleman that helps convince them to buy the new truck, to shave their beard, the proper way to hydrate their skin, how old they should, or what kind of earrings they should buy. There's so many different examples I can give. And I just, hopefully, I'm explaining this in the right way to help you guys understand what target audience is and how you are your target audience, right? It doesn't have to be a complicated process when you sit back and ask, oh, I heard that you have to niche down or have a target audience XYZ. Who is my target audience? Who is this? Who is that? And you start asking yourself all these questions and you start to overcomplicate it. But the easiest way, because I don't even want you to think back sometimes 10 years ago. Sometimes all you have to do is think about, where was I 6 months ago, 3 months ago? What questions did I need answers to 6 months ago, 3 months ago, a month ago? Have I found the answers to those questions? And if I have, how can I help the person that's 1 step behind me, 2 steps behind me, 3 steps behind me, get to where I am or get ahead of me? And once you ask yourself those questions and figure out the answers to those questions, which would be your homework if you're struggling with figuring out who your target audience is, just ask yourself those questions. Where was I 6 months ago? What questions did I need answers to? Where was I 2 weeks ago? And what questions did I need answers to, right? So just to give you guys an example, I would say around 3 months ago, not 3 months ago, I would say around 2 months ago, I got to the point with my content on TikTok where I was like, man, I've been posting like 15, 20 pieces of content a day or a week. Really, let me really get very specific. I would say about a month ago, I got to a point where I was like, okay, I've been posting like 5, 10, 15 pieces of content a day, right? Sometimes it'd be like 20, 30 pieces of content in a week, 40 pieces of content, 50 pieces of content in a week. And I got to a point where I was like, this is getting a little boring. You know, I'm saying the same things. Well, I'm making videos just like picking up my camera and winging it. And I don't know what people want to hear. I don't know what people want, you know, to talk about or want me to talk about X, Y, Z. And then I heard a content creator talking about how when you find your winners, when you find your outliers, just recreate them and take something about that and make it better, right? So that was one of the questions that I needed answers to was, what do I do now, right? And then I got that answer. And I would have never gotten that answer if I didn't have someone that was ahead of me to deliver that answer. But that person knew who his target audience was and was able to speak to me because I was his target audience. I was the person that needed an answer to a specific question. And that's all you guys are doing, is giving people the answers to the questions that they want at the right time. And sometimes your content is just sitting, waiting for them to find you. I hope this makes sense. If you guys are enjoying this content, if you guys are enjoying this video, as always, leave a comment. Honestly, yeah, leave a comment. If you guys have an opinion or you guys have an idea or a different opposing opinion about what target audience is, or you have a different definition or a different explanation, leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, And all that's doing is helping these videos get into other people's algorithms that also want or need the information. That's all it really does when you're like and subscribe. Is it helps YouTube's algorithm figure out, okay, so if you like and subscribe to this video and YouTube knows anything about you, it's going to essentially take this video and send it out to other people who also are interested in what you're interested in and need the same information that you need. You know what I'm saying? So it just helps get the video out in the algorithm to send it to other people that also need the same information. Like, for instance, if there's a ton of creators out there that if they had no subscribers, no likes, no comments on their videos, I would have never been able to see the videos because YouTube wouldn't have known who to give the video to. See what I'm saying? So that's basically it. Like, comment, subscribe. That's the video. And tomorrow I'm going to be talking about, what am I going to be talking about tomorrow? I forgot. But it's going to be something content related. Or I might do, I had someone leave a comment on one of my videos saying they wanted me to give my take on masculinity. And if that's something that you guys want, leave a comment. But like I said, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.